And good morning, everybody. Welcome to Today. Thank you for joining us on a Friday morning. Craig, you are actually living out our lead story this morning. You're in for Hoda. You were on your way in, but got turned around on the highway because of all this snow.
SG, I should have listened to Al Roker yesterday. He told me to stay in the city. He told me this was a storm that could overperform. I did not listen, and I am snowed in this morning.
Well, don't worry, because Al's not ever going to mention that again. It's over. Guys, here's what tens of millions of us are facing this morning. We've got a live look at the conditions in Windsor, Connecticut. Not too far from you, Craig.
No, not far at all. I mean, that fast-moving nor'easter, it intensified rapidly overnight. It hit a slew of major cities just ahead of or during the morning commute.
And as it moves up the coast now and through to the northeast, it has already left up to 8 inches of snow in some areas. We've got it all covered from Al's forecast to how to stay safe during your commute this morning. But let's get started with NBC's Stephanie Gosk right here in New York. Hi, Stephanie. Good morning.
Hey, Savannah, good morning. You know, if you live on the East Coast this week, it has been a tough week. You had those people trapped on I-95 in Virginia, a treacherous ice storm just a couple of days ago here in New York, and then this today. And while it's not the biggest snowstorm in history, it is falling at the worst possible time.
Across the Northeast this morning, millions are waking up and digging out. But driving to work in these conditions might not be the best idea. New Jersey under a state of emergency, asking anyone who can work from home to do so.
Please be safe and be smart.
It's very scary, dangerous. Got to take your time.
With much of New England under a winter storm warning, the National Weather Service cautioning travel will be hazardous. Massachusetts is expecting up to 2 inches of snow an hour. From coast to coast, nearly 80 million are under winter weather alerts. In upstate New York, icing and low visibility created treacherous conditions Thursday. Outside Buffalo, 18 inches of snow set a new daily record. New York's governor says the state has been preparing its emergency response for days.
We're experienced, but you can never predict exactly what Mother Nature will do, so we're already getting crews out in advance.
In Kentucky, dozens of vehicles spun out of control along a highway, and low visibility backed up traffic, making driving nearly impossible.
Please not travel if you don't have to.
In Tennessee, up to 6 inches falling on the famous Nashville Strip. And in Jackson, Tennessee, multiple accidents brought I-40 to a standstill, including this jackknife tractor trailer. In Virginia, the governor announcing a state of emergency ahead of the storm, looking to avoid a repeat of Tuesday's massive I-95 pileup, where hundreds of drivers were trapped for more than 20 hours. This time the state is pre-treating the roads and putting snowplows on standby.
We just really want to be prepared. And again, just make sure that everybody stays safe. That's our number one priority.
Here in New York City, there are 2,000 plows out and 330,000 tons of salt. They're doing it understaffed. 22% of the staff in the sanitation department have called in sick with COVID. And around the region, you have schools either delaying or canceling as this snow piles up. A lot of kids getting exactly what they don't need right now. Another remote day.
All right, Stephanie, thank you very much.
All right, let's bring in our guy in the know, Mr. Roker here with all the snowy and frigid details on the forecast. Al?
Hey, and this is a kind of a lighter snow, although looking at my crew over here, it does look like it's packable because I think they're getting some snowballs together. Anyway, we can see winter weather alerts into Saturday morning for 49 million people from the Great Lakes, where there's some lake effect snow warnings. You can see this storm system is really developing. It's becoming what we call a bomb cyclone, dropping 24 millibars of pressure in less than 24 hours, and that's what's happening now. Look at some of these totals so far. Nashville picking up over 6 inches of snow. Snowshoe, West Virginia, very appropriate, 13 inches of snow. Here in the Northeast, LaGuardia Airport, more than 8 inches. North Haven, 9. Randolph, up in the Massachusetts, 6 inches of snow.